can always grab some cans from the kitchen or fill up some water bottles with water, or we can just make our resistance for ourselves and we can ditch the weights. If you like what you see, you're enjoying these free workouts, please feel free to Venmo. Our Venmo is at Pilates Punx, and we will continue to put these workouts for you for free, but any donation will help us. Let's go ahead and start our timer and we'll get you guys started on that workout. All right, let's go ahead and get started by laying down on our back on the mat. Our knees are bent, our feet are hip bone distance apart. Relax your shoulders, and I want you to just make sure your lower back is not up and off the mat. Rib cage is knit together, nice long arms, nice deep inhale in through the nose, and we exhale out through the mouth, sinking the navel to spine. Again, big inhale in through the nose, draw that breath out to the sides of the ribs into your upper back, and we'll exhale, feel that rib cage knit together, sink that navel point back deeper. Nice long arms here, and I want you to make sure that we are keeping that neck nice and long. You are not letting your head hang back and put any strain into the neck. Again, big inhales and strong exhales. We're gonna add movement. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, arms go up and over. Keep your arms reaching back. We round right back down. And then exhale, the arms will draw by your side. So inhale, tuck the pelvis, lift up into a bridge. Exhale, arms go up and over. Keep your arms reaching back as you round down. Upper back, middle back, lower back, sacrum, tailbone lengthens to the mat. Exhale, arms draw back down. Again, inhale, hips lift. Exhale, arms. Arms keep reaching back, round down, upper back, middle back, lower back, sacrum, your tailbone lengthens to the mat. Exhale to draw the arms back down. Inhale, hips lift up, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, arms go up and over. Inhale, keep reaching back as we round down, upper back, middle back, lower back, sacrum, your tailbone lengthens down to your mat. And we exhale, draw the arms back down by the side. From here, we're going to lay on our side for our butterfly stretch. So we're gonna line our back up with the edge of the mat, draw your legs to tabletop in front of you. So your knees are in front of the hips, the ankles are right underneath them, close up the elbows. Keep the knees stacked, big inhale. Exhale, we're gonna open that top elbow and rotate to look long past it. Big inhale, and exhale, we'll close. Relax your shoulders, again, big inhale, and exhale, opening up, look long past your elbow. Deep inhale here, and exhale, we'll close back up. One more, big inhale. Exhale, opening up, rotate, look long past your elbow. Nice, deep inhale. And exhale, we can close right back up. We are gonna go ahead and switch sides. So we're gonna lay down on our other side. Again, our back is lined up with the back edge of the mat. You have your shoulders lined up, your hips lined up, your legs are drawn to tabletop in front of you, knees stay stacked, elbows are closed up. Big inhale, and exhale, rotate, look long past your elbow. Deep inhale, and exhale, we'll close. Keeping those knees from sliding apart. Big inhale here. Exhale, opening up, rotate, look long past your elbow. Deep inhale, and exhale, draw back, closed. Relax those shoulders. One more, big inhale, and exhale, opening up. Nice deep inhale, and exhale. We can draw closed once again. From here, we are gonna go ahead and make our way back to laying down on our back, setting up for our hundreds. So you are going to have those arms by your side, lift the legs up to tabletop. Feet are parallel if we stay in tabletop. Take a nice big inhale, and if you go long, heels together, toes apart, rounding up, look at your belly button, we pump those arms. I want you to keep your inner thighs hugging together, keeping your chest lifted. We're gazing at your navel point. Keep the shoulders gliding down and back. We want that movement of the arms to come from the lats to the base of the shoulder blades. If keeping the chest lifted is too much, lower your head all the way down. If you're somewhere in between, it puts too much tension in the neck. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going, pumping those arms, exhaling, sinking that navel to spine even deeper. Round up a little bit further, pull the legs to tabletop, and lower back down. Relax the neck and head, lower your feet to the mat. We're gonna add in some weights if you have them. We can also do this work without them. We're gonna lift those arms up over your shoulders. Your feet are planted hip bone distance apart. Rib cage is knit. We are going to sweep those arms down long past your hips and float back up. Now, as your arms are sweeping, we're focusing on our abdominal engagement. So you want to make sure that as we're doing this work, you're still keeping that nice navel to spine connection with your tailbone really heavy on the mat. Rib cage is knit, relax your shoulders. Again, inhale, the arms sweep down and we float right back up, pausing over your shoulders, reaching up to the ceiling. We can add a chest lift if you'd like more of a challenge here. Again, rounding up, reach long past the hips and lower back down with control. On your inhale, the arms sweep. We can add that chest lift in. We exhale, lower back down. And we can continue along with this. Make sure you lift all the way up to where the base of the shoulder blades touch the mat, and then you lower back. Again, we round up, gaze at the navel point, and you're gonna keep your chest lifted. Continue with your arm sweep. Arms sweep down long past your hips, and we float back up, pause over your shoulders. Again, arms sweep down, we float back up. Breathing through our work, sinking our navel to spine. We can go ahead and lower the neck and head, and you can bend those elbows out to the side and lengthen. So we keep the head down as we get into the arms a little bit. We bend those elbows wide, squeeze the scapula together, and lengthen the arms right up over your shoulders. Again, bend and extend. Breathing through our work here, again, we want to keep that rib cage knit and keep that nice navel to spine connection. We bend and extend. Squeeze the scapula and then draw those pectoral muscles together. Getting into our shoulders here, working with the arms. We're going to bend and extend once again. Breathing through our work, sinking our navel to spine a little bit deeper. Take the hands shoulder width apart, lift your legs up to tabletop, and from here we sweep the arms down. We go out to the side and draw back up to the ceiling. So legs are lifted in tabletop as we do some arm circles here. Inhale, the arms sweep down. We draw out to the side. We exhale up to the ceiling. Again, inhale, arms draw down, out to the side, and exhale straight up. Breathing through our work here, our rib cage stays knit. Make sure your back is not arching up off of your mat. Let's reverse our arm circles. Inhale, the arms go out to the side, sweep into the hips, exhale up to the ceiling. Again, out to the side, into the hips, and exhale, draw up. As we're doing this work, make sure your arms do not go above or behind your shoulders. Out to the side, into the hips, draw back up. And we're gonna lengthen that right leg long, add a chest lift. And lower back down. Again, rounding up, the arms sweep down. With the right leg being long, we are connecting into a right oblique. That left knee stays in tabletop. You can also plant it down if this is too much. We're gonna round up, gaze right at that navel point, arms are long, and we lower back down, breathing through our work. Pull the right leg to tabletop, the left leg goes long, and we continue with our chest lifting. So we're getting into our left oblique now. Remember, you can keep that right foot planted down if the left leg is causing your lower back to arch. We have little modifications for this. You can also keep the head down if your neck is taking in tension. As we're doing this work, make sure that you're breathing. Nice big inhales and exhales. Draw your legs back, relax them down. Relax your arms. We're gonna go ahead and set your weights aside. Our feet are hip bone distance apart here. Feet are firmly planted on our inhale. We're going to round our way all the way up to sitting. Sit tall at the top, and then you want to keep those feet planted, so you might need to scoot them forward a little bit. We find our C curve, and we slowly round our way down one vertebrae at a time. Your neck and head are the final thing to draw back. Again, chin towards chest. We round our way all the way up. You sit tall, and then you scoop and slowly round your way back down, relaxing the shoulder, the neck, and the head. Breathing through our work here, I want you to inhale to initiate, exhale as you need, and then you inhale to start that movement and exhale where you need to on the way down. Continuing along, your goal is to keep your feet firmly planted on the mat. Now you can slide the feet a little further out if they continue trying to work. We can walk our hands up the backs of the legs if you need as well. Nice big inhales, exhale, empty that air, sit tall at the top, big inhale, and exhale as you need as we round all the way back down, neck and head draw back. Let's lengthen your left leg on the mat and extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Two straight legs, heel towards the midline, toes facing out. You go across your body, back in line with your hip, and lift your right leg up. Again, inhale down to the left, back in line with that right hip, and we lift. We're drawing a half circle here. I want you to make sure you're connecting into your abdominal wall. You're not letting your lower back arch. We inhale down and exhale it up. Inhale straight down. Now we go across the body and back up for a reverse. Inhale straight down, exhale across the body and back up. As we're doing this work, I want you to keep that external rotation. Heel towards the midline, toe is facing out, and inhaling straight down, exhaling across the body, drawing back up. We can lower our right leg to the mat. We'll extend our left leg up to the ceiling. Again, 2 long legs, get that external rotation. Arms are by your side. Inhale across your body, back in line with your hip. We exhale straight up. Make sure your hips are not wobbling. We keep them nice and stable on your mat. Inhale across, back in line with the hip. We exhale to lift. As we're doing this work, I want you to make sure you're keeping your navel to spine connection. Your shoulders are wide on your mat. We're gonna reverse straight down, across your body and back up. Again, inhale straight down, exhale up and around. Reaching long out of the hip socket, sinking your navel to spine a little bit deeper. Inhale it down, exhale up and around. We've got one more here, straight down, back up and all the way to the top, and we can go ahead and lower the left leg down. We're gonna plant the feet with our knees bent once again. And we round our way all the way back up to sitting. Nice active roll up. From here, we are going to grab a hold of our hand weights and we're going to sit with our legs crisscross. We wanna sit nice and tall. Arms are rounded out to the side. We're gonna take a nice big inhale. Exhale, reach the arms forward in front of us and we inhale to open. So like we're hugging a tree. I want you to have as much space between the base of the ribcage and the hips as possible. Your elbows are lower than your shoulders and your wrists are lower than the elbows. When you reach forward, we have a lot of space around you, like you're hugging around a giant tree. As you open up, we keep that rounded shape to the arms. Keep your shoulders gliding down and back, sit up nice and tall. Exhaling in, inhaling to float open. I want you to grow a little bit taller through the crown of the head. We're gonna bend our arms now, pitch the body forward, and we're going to lengthen the arms in line with the ears and bend out to goalposts. We're bending and extending. We're gonna fire up our triceps quite a bit. We're gonna get into those shoulders as well. Reaching the arms forward and bending those elbows, stopping as high as your shoulders. So think of cactus arms or goalposts here, keeping that length in your spine the entire time, extending and bending. And then we're sitting tall, and we're just gonna do little 1-inch lifts and lowers. So you have those little goalposts, it's a 1-inch lift and lower, and we're gonna feel that shoulder really firing up, breathing through our work. We're gonna add a little bit of an angle. So now your fingertips are drawing towards one another, still those little pulses in an inch and out an inch, breathing through our work here. Back to our original goalposts. I'm doing it again. I'm making you guys continue. You should feel those shoulders really start to burn here. Little movement. I want your hands to be in line with those elbows, and now we add that angle once again. This is our last set. Little 1-inch pulses here, breathing through our work, and we can go ahead and relax the arms down. Set your weights now out of the way, and then from here, we'll go ahead and lay down on one of our sides. So we're gonna line our back up with the edge of the mat, and we'll draw our legs to tabletop in front of us. Knees in front of the hips, ankles are right under the knees. And we have a little lift in our bottom oblique. We're gonna lift that leg to hip height and then open it up towards the ceiling and lower to hover. So just our top leg is working right now. We wanna keep this 90-degree bend in our knee. We lift, squeeze the glutes, we lower to hover. Make sure you're not rolling backwards off of your stabilizing hip. We lift and lower to our hover. As we're doing our work, I want you to make sure we're not rolling backwards off of that stabilizing hip, which means that if you are, you might not lift quite as high. Finding your control, your range of motion here. Lift, squeeze the cheeks, lower to our hover. Lift and squeeze and lower to our hover. Breathing through our work, keeping our nice navel to spine connection. Lift and lower. We're gonna draw donut-sized circles as we're hovering at hip height. Little circles with your femur bone rotating in your hip socket, squeezing our glutes here, breathing through our work. And we're gonna reverse that direction. Little circles, just the opposite direction. Still little donuts here, breathing through our work, squeezing into our cheeks, squeezing those glutes. We're gonna take it up and circle up top. So at that top part of our lift, we're continuing with our donut-sized circles up here. Squeezing the glutes, breathing through our work. Little guys here. And we'll reverse it. Opposite direction, continuing with this movement, breathing through our work, squeezing our cheeks. Little circles here. Breathing, and we can go ahead and lower the leg down. Heels are glued together. We're gonna lift and lower just the knee now. We lift, squeeze our cheeks, and we lower, squeeze our inner thighs. As we're doing this work, I want you to make sure that you are not letting the heels separate. It's very important to keep those heels together so we get into our clamp. We lift, squeeze our glutes, and we lower, squeeze those inner thighs. Get that active work at the top and at the bottom. Breathing here, we're gonna go ahead and relax that leg down. You can give your glute a little punch, take a second. The legs will go long to our front corner. We're gonna float our leg up to hip bone height. We sweep it forward and we circle it up and behind the other leg. Again, sweeping forward, circling up and back. We wanna make sure that as we're doing this work, we are keeping our stability on our bottom hip, sweeping forward, circling up and behind the other leg, reaching long out of our hip socket, getting that nice connection into our glute. We reverse, sweep it backward, circle up and forward. Again, sweep back, circle up and around. We've got 3 more, reaching long out of our hip. Last 2. 1 more, sweeping backward, circling up and forward, and we can go ahead and line our legs up and relax back down. We're gonna point the foot, we inhale, lift the leg up to the ceiling, we flex, lengthen, and lower. Point, inhale, lift, and flex to lower. Reaching long out of our hip socket, we point up, we flex down. Lifting that leg up as high as you can without rolling back. Point, inhale, lift, flex, exhale, lower, keep the foot flexed, we flex up and we point down. Again, we flex to lift up and we point, lengthen, and lower. As we're doing this work, I want you to reach long out of the hip, we flex on our way up, we point on our way down, we get that squeeze of the glutes. I want you to make sure that as we're here, we are again lifting as high as we can without rocking back. We're gonna go ahead and come to the hands and knees, and we're gonna find a modified plank from the knees up to the shoulders. We're going to extend the leg you had just worked behind you, and we are going to do some tricep push-ups with that leg lifted up nice and high, lowering the chest down and lifting. We just have 5 total. If your bottom knee feels sensitive, you can lengthen your shin onto the mat for support so you're not right on that kneecap. And after our 5th push-up, we can lower the knee down and sit back on our heels and reach our arms long. With that leg being long, it adds a little weight into our push-up, so it's a little bit more challenging. We're gonna switch sides, so we lay down on our opposite side. Back is lined up with the back edge of the mat, and our legs are drawn to tabletop in front of us. We float our top leg up to hip bone height, keeping this 90-degree bend. 90-degree bend in our knee. We lift the leg up, squeeze the glutes, and we lower to hover. Lift and lower. I want you to make sure you're not rolling backwards off of your stabilizing hip. We're gonna squeeze our cheeks, and then we lower down to hover at hip height. We lift, breathe, and lower, hover. As we are lifting and lowering our leg, our ankle, shin, and knee are in a straight line. Make sure that you are not letting that knee lead or lag, and you are lifting, squeezing those cheeks, and lowering to hover. You're not letting that top leg rest down. Making sure we're not rolling back off of our stabilizing hip. We lift and lower to our hover, and then we are going to squeeze the glutes, lower back to that hover. Breathing through our work. We'll draw our little donut-sized circles here, reaching long out of that hip socket, breathing here, squeezing our glutes, little donuts. Your femur bone is moving. Breathing here, little guys, and we'll reverse it. We're still right at hip height, little circles directly in front of your hip, breathing through our work, squeezing into our glutes here. And then from here, we pause, lift up, and we circle up top. Again, little circles, circling up top, squeezing our glutes, breathing through our work, continuing with these little guys. Keep going, relaxing our shoulders. We are going to reverse our direction, still circling up top and still little donuts. Breathing here, squeezing those cheeks. Make sure we haven't rolled backwards off of our stabilizing hip. Little circles. And we can lower it down. Keep your heels together. Lift just the knee up and lower down, squeeze the thighs. Lift the knee, squeeze the glutes, lower, squeeze the thighs. As we are doing this work, we're breathing. I want you to make sure that you're not rolling backwards off of your stabilizing hip. You lift and lower and squeeze. Relaxing our shoulders, keeping a nice navel to spine connection. Get a little bit of a lift out of that bottom oblique. On our last one, let's pulsate up. And we can lower, punch out that glute. We're gonna lengthen our legs to the front corner of the mat. Make sure we're still stacked. We lift up to hip height. We point the foot. We sweep forward, circle up and behind your other leg. Again, sweep that leg forward, circle up and back. Reaching long out of the hip socket, squeezing the glutes, sweeping forward, circling up and behind the other leg. Again, sweeping forward, circling up and back. We're gonna reverse, sweep backwards, circle up and forward. Again, inhale, sweep back, circle up and around. As we're doing our circles, I want you to make sure that you, again, keep your hips stacked. You are not letting yourself wobble back and forth. We sweep backwards, and we are going to go ahead and lower that leg down. Point the foot, lift, flex, and lower. We point, inhale, lift. We flex, lengthen, and lower. Pointing on the way up, flexing on the way down. Lifting as high as we can without rolling back, lowering all the way to the other leg. Point, inhale, lift, flex, exhale, lower. We're gonna keep our foot flexed to lift, and we point to lower. Flex, inhale, lift, point, exhale, lower. Reaching longer and further out of the hip socket. We flex, inhale, lift, we point, lengthen, and lower. Again, flex to lift and point to lower. And we can punch out that glute. We're gonna make our way to our hands and knees. Once again, we find that modified plank from the knees up to the shoulders, and then we're gonna extend the leg that we just worked long behind us. And we do our modified push-ups with that leg lengthened back to add that leverage challenge. I want you to make sure your lower back is not arching. You want to keep that nice length in your spine. We have 5 push-ups total. Remember, you can press your shin into the mat if you feel like your knee is getting too much pressure. And we can sit back on our heels with a nice big child's pose. We're gonna round our way up 1 vertebrae at a time. And then from here, we will go ahead and make our way to sitting with long legs. Feet are hip distance apart, reach the arms forward, sit up tall. We're gonna scoop the abs in and up, reaching forward towards our feet, and we restack, sit tall. Reach your rib cage up and over the hips, keep the feet flexing, and we exhale to restack. Grow taller. Again, inhale, scoop and reach, and we restack, sit taller. Inhale, scoop those abs in and up, reaching forward, and we exhale to restack. Relax those shoulders. Again, scoop those abs in and up and restack, sit taller. Take your feet as wide as the mat, arms out to the side. We're twisting for our saw and untwist to center. Twist to the left, reach long past your left foot, untwist to center. Twist to the right, reach that left hand to the outside of the right foot, untwist. Twisting to the left, untwist to center. We want to look to the back palm. The back arm is rotated up to the ceiling, and we untwist. Twisting to the left and untwist. And we can draw the legs together. We're gonna go ahead and lay down on our back. Hands behind the neck and head, legs up to the ceiling, heels together, toes apart. Lift the chest up, gaze at your belly button, lower the legs forward and lift up to 90 degrees. Make sure your lower back is not arching. We inhale, lengthen and lower. We exhale, sink that navel to spine to lift. Again, keep your gaze at your navel point, lengthen and lower, and exhale to lift. Keep those heels together, toes apart. Inhale it down, and exhale to draw back up. Inhale, lengthen and lower. We exhale, sink the navel to spine to lift. Reach long out of the hip socket, sink that navel point back deeper. Keep your gaze at your navel point. We want to keep that chest lifted up to gaze at that navel point. That last one, we're going to take it very slow to lift the legs all the way back up. Relax the neck and head back down. From here, our hands are behind the neck and head still. We are going to pull our right knee into the chest, extend the left leg long, round up and over towards that right knee, and switch to the left. Again, round up and over to the right, and switch to the left. We want our shoulder to lift up and over, not the elbow. Inhale, up and over to the right. Exhale, up and over to the left. It's the left shoulder going to the right knee, the right shoulder going to the left knee. Keep those hips stable, and we relax back. Give your knees a little hug. We can rock side to side, taking a little release off of the lower back. We're gonna lift the legs to tabletop, lift your arms up to the ceiling. On our inhale, chin towards chest, we round our way up. Find your teaser here. We wanna make a movement from the hips, and the knees are not changing. We lower the legs forward and sink the navel to spine to lift. We wanna keep our torso really stable. And your goal is to tap the mat, but if we can't get that low, just let those femur bones drift forward. We're gonna lift the arms up and round right back down. And again, we round up, find our tabletop teaser, and we're gonna extend the right leg long. We lower and lift just the right leg, the left leg stays in tabletop. We lower and lift, keep your torso really stable. Lowering and lifting, sink your navel to spine. Right leg pulls in, left leg goes long. We lower and lift through that left leg. Connecting into our oblique, keeping your chest open, breathing through our work. We lower and lift that left leg. Both legs go to tabletop. We lift our arms up and we round right back down. One more here, chin towards chest, we round up. And let's see if we can extend 2 legs long. If you can't, keep the legs in tabletop. We're just holding our last teaser, breathing and holding. We can pull our legs back to tabletop and round back down. Give your knees a hug, rock side to side, take a little release from your lower back, plant your feet, make it active, chin towards chest. We're gonna round our way all the way up to sitting up once again. And that is it. I used up our full 25 minutes and we didn't even get to any stretching. Check out the video that I have a link to at the end of this so you can go and do your stretching on your own. Spend a little bit more time just to feel good after that great workout. If you guys are looking to add any weights or mats or any props into your workout like we use in all these videos, check out the link below. It's going to go to our video add-ons page, and that's going to lead you to our Amazon affiliate account. And as always, these workouts are here for you to use, but if you want to donate anything, please feel free to Venmo at Pilates Punx. Great job to all of you guys, and I will see you next time.